And we have the last presenter of our morning session, Osamu Soejima, new pathogenesis of tennis elbow, lateral elbow impingement syndrome from Japan. Thanks for coming, and the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning. I'm Dr. Soejima from Fukuoka, Japan, an orthopedic surgeon specializing in hand and elbow surgery and sports medicine. It is my first time to join this Congress and championship and build this region as well. And it is my great honor to have an opportunity to give my talk regarding tennis elbow. Since there is enough time today, before my presentation, I would like to introduce my hometown, Fukuoka, briefly. Actually, the 31st WMSD meeting and championship were held at Fukuoka in 2001, 18 years ago. Fukuoka city lies on the northern coast of Kyushu Island, the southmost of the 4 main islands of Japan, and is located on the bay that we call Hakata 1. The population is about 1.5 million in the city and about 5 million in all area of the prefecture, making it the 5th largest city in Japan. Okay, I would like to show you a 4-minute video titled Meeting Place Fukuoka, created by the Fukuoka Convention and Visitor Bureau.
It boasts the highest rate of population growth in the country and the largest ratio of young residents. Fukuoka hosts more international conferences in Japan than any city but one. Plentiful convention facilities ensure a successful meeting, and 24,000 hotel rooms provide accommodations for every need and budget. The city is brimming with one-of-a-kind experiences. People from around the world come to Fukuoka and leave with memories beyond expectations. Fukuoka International Airport offers efficient connections to Asia and the rest of the world.
从福冈通往海外的交通真的是非常的方便，特别是通往亚洲各国的交通，比如说韩国的首尔、中国的上海，到福冈的飞行时间只要1个半小时，比东京都还要近。 从芬兰的赫尔辛基将开通到福冈的直达航班。另外，国际各大中转机场，比如韩国、新加坡，都已经有直达航班通往福冈。由福冈通往世界各国的交通完全没有问题。
The airport and the convention zone are within a 2.5-kilometer radius of the city center. Get off the plane, grab your bags, and hop on the subway. In 10 minutes, you'll be in the middle of town.
Yeah, well, Fukuoka is a really compact city. The most obvious thing is the fact that the airport is so close to downtown, and almost everything else is in walking distance. Fukuoka has is a great relaxed atmosphere. It's just a wonderful place to walk around even on your own.
Fukuoka extends a warm welcome to organizers and participants alike.
People that is extremely outgoing. They try to let feel the visitor at easy. Attitude of the staff of the local organization that was extremely professional, competent and very friendly, extremely welcoming also of all foreigners also, not only of course the local participant coming from Fukuoka or from Kyushu.
Meetings are made to order with everything provided in comfortable and efficient facilities. And that's just the beginning. Fukuoka and the surrounding area are filled with advanced industry and research institutions, adding to the environment for meaningful meetings. day or a night, on the town is an experience to be savored, with all sorts of possibilities for parties and receptions. Sightseeing, excursions, and food are close at hand. Fukuoka makes your meeting more than you imagined. Make it your destination for success.
Fukuoka is full of young people and universities and is a booming research area, which makes it the best place for starting a new business. Also, Fukuoka has received much praise for being the most livable city in Japan. Be it delicious cuisine, abundant nature, or entertainment, you can easily find them all here in Fukuoka. Please visit our city. We hope to see you soon.
Your meeting place, Fukuoka.
Okay, finally, we are very proud of having a very strong professional baseball team called the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and I am one of the support doctors of the team. This is a domed stadium named Fukuoka Yafuoku Dome. The Hawks were the 2018 championships of the Japan series for the 9th time, and they also won the league championship 20 times. Of course, the team is leading the Pacific League at this time. Okay. Anyway, it is the time to start my presentation. Today, I'd like to introduce one of the new hypotheses regarding the pathogenesis of tennis elbow based on the examination result of operative patients. Tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis was first described in the medical literature by Lange in 1873, and the association with the term tennis elbow or arm was first made by Morris in Lancet, 1882, and by Major in British Medical Journal, 1883. Tennis elbow is a frequent cause of elbow pain and affects 1–3% of the adult population every year, mainly those aged from 35 to 55 years with an equal gender distribution. When calculated from the adult population on the Earth, 50 to 150 million patients are generated each year. However, as you know, tennis elbow is more common among non-sports players. From the classical description relating to practicing tennis, only 5 to 10% of the patients who present epicondylitis practice this sport. As well as tennis players, it may occur in people practicing other sports and has also been correlated with a variety of manual labor activities. Now, today, it is clear that tennis elbow is a degeneration disorder that compromises the extensor tendons originating the lateral epicondyle. Many pathogeneses have been reported historically: extra-articular bursa, synovial fringe, annular ligament, and angiofibroblastic hyperplasia of the extensor carpi radius brevis ECRB origin. However, the clear-cut pathogenesis of tennis elbow is still unknown. Let's review the dissection again. Anatomically, the so-called extensor cuffs, including ECRB origin, joint capsule, annular ligament, are difficult to identify individually at the time of surgery. We believe it is preferable to be regarded as the lateral elbow lesions shown on the slide. From the ultrasonographic and intraoperative findings, we hypothesize that the pathogenesis of recalcitrant tennis elbow would be the impingement syndrome of the lateral elbow lesion related to the radial head abutment during spinal pronation, like the impingement syndrome of the shoulder. Also, the radial head of patients with recurrent tennis elbow would have poorer mobility by thickening and the decrease of elasticity in the lateral elbow regions. Thus, it is critical to release the tension of the radial head, so both the capsule and the part of the annular ligament must be resected during the surgery. 71 elbows in 68 recurrent tennis elbow patients who underwent mini-open modified Bosworth force procedure were evaluated clinically, ultrasonographically, MRI findings, and histologically. The average follow-up period was 14.2 months. As shown on the slide, this procedure consists not only of a resection of the degenerative tissue at the issue origin, but also sufficient resection of the capsule and the anterior part of the annular ligament without decortication and drilling through only a 2 to 3 centimeter skin incision. For preoperative ultrasonographic analysis, real-time elastography was used to evaluate elasticity of the origin of ECRB. Also, the lateral shift of the radial head during spinal pronation of the forearm was measured and compared with the control group, conservative therapy healing group. In preoperative MRI evaluation, in addition to the presence of the absence of the normal T2 high signal change, the signal change was graded into 3 stages as shown on the slide, and compare with the clinical result and pathological findings. Results from the clinical evaluations, BUS decreased from 34.0 to 9.7, and grip strength improved from 18.4 kg to 29.4 kg respectively. Patient-rated elbow evaluation score improved from 55.7 to 13.0, and the Japanese Orthopedic Association Japan Elbow Society score also improved from 33.9 to 92.2 respectively. No postoperative complications were noted. This represents high rates of good to excellent results. From the ultrasonographic evaluations, the disease group showed a decrease of the elasticity in the ECRB origin than the control group. For the lateral shift of the radial head analysis, the severe tennis elbow group had poorer radial head mobility than the mild group with statistical significance. From the MRI findings and the histological evaluations, the degree of the MRI signal changes were well correlated with the histological characters such as fibrosis or angiofibroblastic hyperplasia, as shown on the slide. On the other hand, the degree of the MRI signal changes and the duration of the symptoms were not correlated. Therefore, it means that the histological characters appeared randomly. So, Nasho reported that the pathological stages of tennis elbow in 1992. Inflammation without any pathological changes in the first stage, angiofibroblastic degeneration in the second stage, tendinosis associated with the structure change in the third stage, and fibrosis and calcification in the fourth stage. From this study, the degree of the MR signal changes and histological character were correlated, but histological characters such as fibrosis or angiogenesis appeared randomly. Therefore, recursion tennis elbow has a progress cycle: micro tear, angiogenesis, remodeling, fibrosis. As this cycle progresses in recursion patients, the decrease of the elasticity in the ECRB origin and the inhibition of the normal radial head motion would occur, like the impingement syndrome of the shoulder. The abutment of the radial head to the ECRB origin during supinal pronation were confirmed clearly, and the decrease of the elasticity in the ECRB origin and the inhibition of normal radial head motion were observed in the ultrasonographic evaluations. So in summary, recursion tennis elbow could be considered as an impingement syndrome of the lateral elbow regions related to the radial head abutment, and thus the key point of the surgical concept for recursion tennis elbow is decompression of the radial periradial head at the lateral elbow, which is called periradial head decompression, not only the debridement of the degenerative tissue at ECRB origin, but also sufficient resection of the capsule and an anterior part of the annular ligament. Okay. So thank you for your attention, and let's enjoy the tennis tournament with the tennis elbow. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Do we have any questions from the audience? Okay.
How do you decide when there is a right time for surgery?
Oh, yes. The indication for surgery is about minimum of 6 months conservative treatment, but mainly about 1 year conservative. Almost the patient healed conservative treatment, but after the more than 6 months conservative treatment, some patient complain the pain. So that is timing for surgery, I think.
Okay, do we have more questions? Okay.
Thank you. If you resect a part of the annular ligament, do you have any postoperative problems with instability?
Yes, that's a very nice question. Because if the gross resection of the lateral part of the elbow, that would be the lateral instability. But anterior part of the lateral region, only the anterior part of the capsule and the annular part of the annular ligament is it is not cause the lateral instability, because the under part there is lateral quarter ligament, so that's a very care to do the resection. Is that correct? Okay. Thank you.
And I have one question. What is the rate of the athletes which are undergoing the surgical treatment? What is the rate of return to play to the same level after this kind of procedure?
Yeah, the percentage of the athlete is very rare, mainly the housewife. But after, yeah, of course, I treated some cases of sports athlete. The result is very good. Almost 100% is returned to sports original level. So.
And what is the time of the return to play after that surgery?
Yes, about 2 months after the surgery, almost do the sports original level. 2 months.
2 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite fast.
But very simple operations. Very small incisions. Yes. Mm-hmm. So please try if you have recursion cases.
Usually we are trying to avoid the surgery, so
yes, that's correct.
I'm a kind of person. Yes, one more question.
Maybe you have some special yourself protocol of conservative treatment of this.
So for conservative treatment, I don't have a special protocol. Maybe the almost same the protocol another orthopedic surgeons. Stretching the extensor muscles and use the tensile band, or the severe, if there is a severe pain, I use the, of course, steroid injections. That's all. Yeah, not special protocol. Do you have any special protocol? No? Okay.
Okay, someone wants to ask more? No? Okay, so thanks for the presentation. Thanks for coming.